Hello to the YouTube channel Study in Bosnia. My name is Dr. Marcel and I'll guide you through the opportunity of studying in Bosnia. In this first video, that is the main channel video, I will get into depth why you should study in Bosnia, why you should do it with us, and what do we do, our services. I will also get to the point of how does the process look like from your first consultation with us to, well, the end destination, your job in Europe. And we will also cover how to start and why you should act now. So let me get started with the first point. Why Bosnia? So I have a company. I will get more into depth about what I do and how I get to own this company later, but let's just get started with I have a company in Germany and Switzerland that is helping German and Swiss people to study medicine, dentistry in Europe. And I myself studied abroad because I couldn't get a seat in Germany, like nearly 1/12 of all German students now, something that shifted also through my company. As I made over 500 YouTube videos in German language, documented my own pathway as a German studying in Bulgaria, a country I have no affiliation before, and working after my graduation in Germany and later on Switzerland as my business grew. I moved to Switzerland as well and built also some nice business there on the international side of the business. And study in Bosnia is focused entirely on Bosnia. Why? Because it's the most popular country right now for international students. And the reason for that is, first of all, visa. Bosnia has easy visa access. We in our company have, in the study in Bosnia agency, have a person with 30 years of visa experience, and Bosnia is actually the best country where you can get easy visa. So there's a few blacklisted countries, of course, North Korea and the likes of that, but the number of blacklisted countries is very limited, and all the other countries, they will get easy visa. There's no problem. We have contacts until the highest ranks in the government, and they support us. They want to make Bosnia the biggest study in Europe country, and there will be no visa issues. We experience a lot of visa issues, for example, with Georgia. A lot of agencies draw attention to that. We also have partner universities there, but in many cases the visa will get rejected, and it's important that you don't pay anything up front because that might result in you losing your opportunity to study there. And for that reason, Bosnia is great because there you can count on your visa. In general, you don't have to pay anything before you arrive with our company. That's very unique about us. So you don't have any upfront risk. You just pay when you got your seat, and when you actually arrive there, when the visa worked, then everything's fine. So visa access is easy. And that's actually the major point for most of the students, that the visa is a little bit insecure in some countries, for example in Switzerland or in Georgia or in Bulgaria and Romania. It's very hard to get the visa. And in Bosnia it's not. The next part is the easy admission process. So with us as partner agency, you can actually count on your seat. So we will check, that's always me, also really important. I will check in a consultation your individual situation, your budget, and also your high school grades and your level of education. Yeah, there are some diplomas that are not recognized and you might not know it. You might have a secondary high school education that is British and it doesn't fulfill the standards of the European Union, for example. And then that might also cause a problem in Bosnia. So we will check your diploma carefully, and we will check what kind of education level you have and whether it matches the Bosnian requirements and the universities. And I will be able to tell you where you can start. I will be able to tell you where you can start and also which university is the best for you. And it's a huge process. It's a 1 hour consultation, and you can even book a second one. It's entirely for free. And I take a lot of time into getting really the best option out of your overall opportunities with your budget, with your individual career past, let's say, to find you the most suitable university. And there's many aspects to it that might play a role, but I take this very seriously, and that's why I also don't delegate it to third parties. I always do the consultations myself. As a dentist from Germany, with some Turkish roots also, my father's from Turkey, my mother's from Germany, someone who studied himself in a country that he had never visited before. I've never even been to Bulgaria before. I've known no one in the country. I studied 6 years there. Now I do business all over Europe, especially Eastern Europe, but also Portugal and Spain and Cyprus, for example. And I think you will not get that consultation anywhere else. Most likely you will talk to a student. You would talk, maybe in the best case, to a medical doctor in India. That's possible, yes, but he will not go the same route than you, and he never did, right? So that might be your best case situation. In the most likely situation, it will be students. I've seen a lot of agencies, they're run by students and they don't have the time, so it's a little bit questionable, right? They're focused on their study, they're not focused on your career and your goals, and they don't have that knowledge, right? And then the other option is you get a consultation with someone who studied business and you want to do medicine, right? If you come to me and you want to study in Bosnia business or informatics, I will guide you to someone else. But if most of the students, they want to do medicine, dentistry, pharmacy, psychology, and I'm an expert there. I do this since 10 years, working with international and German students to match them with universities. I'm a dentist, my brother is a doctor, my wife is a psychologist, so we got all those fields covered, and most of my students are medical students. I know everything about that. I work with hospitals, I place students there, that's all I do. And you get to talk to me directly 1 hour and then even another 40 minutes in a second consultation with your parents. So I think that's relatively unique what I do, and I will get more into depth about that, but getting the consultation and getting your right university matched is very important. And in Bosnia, you will get easy admission. You can plan your year. Let's say you start the consultation in October and we can make a plan, and you can calculate that you can actually study 1 year later when you get your high school diploma. You can actually count on starting there, and you don't have to be fearful. You can actually with relaxation go into that pathway, right? So Bosnia is great for that. Another reason, so we got the easy admission, we got the easy visa, and another part is the easy access to the European Union, because you have a Croatian curriculum that fulfills the minimum requirements of the European Union. And that's why I have many German students in Fortran. That's why I have an office there initially, because initially all my students were from Germany, very few from Norway, Qatar and Finland, but majority from Germany. And now there are coming more and more countries to it. India, for example, is one. Morocco is one. So it becomes more international also in Bosnia. But the majority of my students until this day is German, because they can easily go back to Germany. Italians can easily, even during their studies, transfer to Italy. Germans as well, by the way. Many Germans who failed in Germany in the medical school and they don't know where to continue, they can't continue in Germany anymore after they failed 2 and sometimes 3 exams, which is super strict. Then they go to Bosnia and they can even come back to their own university and hand in their exams. Or they, in some cases that's not possible, and they go after their studies and they finish in Germany. With their degree they start to work in Germany. So it's a great country if you want to work in the European Union. But you can also go to the UK, you can also go to the United States. Around 80% go to Germany. Less so do go to the UK. With their decreased salary in the medical field, it's less popular. And around 8% go to the United States, and there are study groups for that and pathways as well at the university. So that's a point. Then the next point is it's very affordable. You will not find more affordable universities for medicine and dentistry, and it's also a quality that supersedes what I had in my university. So in Foča, in the East European University, for example, you will have a better dental clinic than the dental clinic in Bulgaria, where I studied, which was the biggest one in the whole Bulgaria. But big doesn't mean good, and they were less equipped than the one in East Sarajevo University, and also less motivated in my opinion. They're super ambitious there, these guys. So lowest living costs in Europe, lowest tuition fees. There are some very high ranking universities that are really expensive. They go to 13,000 euro in Sarajevo to study medicine, but there are cheap ones as well in the countryside where life is super affordable, right? So that's one thing. And then I would say that the nature is just so beautiful. So in the generation of the younger people, Bosnia is associated with raw, untouched, beautiful nature, mountains like Switzerland, where I live. So when I take the plane from Zurich to Sarajevo, then I feel like I just land again in a poorer Switzerland, or in a more raw knit Switzerland that is still full of. I arrive surrounded by mountains, and if I drive to the East Sarajevo medical faculty, I go through the Alps, and it's beautiful. People from all over the world come there to do rafting. There are over 40 rafting stations, camps around the faculty of the medicine in East Sarajevo, in Foča, in the city of Foča. So that is something that really draws attention to people, that it's really some of the most untouched nature, most beautiful country in Europe. Maybe the most beautiful, definitely the most beautiful country in Eastern Europe, in my opinion. And then there's this advantage that you have, that it's not too crowded, because it's still, let's say, a secret. I would still consider studying medicine or dentistry or business or pharmacy in Bosnia a secret access to Europe. It's less promoted because, it's a relatively new opportunity. And I myself, I secured the rights, exclusive rights to many universities and programs from many countries, because I think it's such a big opportunity, and the demand proves me that I'm right. Like, so many students want to go there. So that's, I think, the answer of why you should study there. Easy visa, easy admission, low tuition fees, low living costs, and a lot of fun, a lot of young people, and beautiful nature. Good flight connections also play a role, and a European Union curriculum that is fully recognized in Europe helps as well with the Croatian model, especially for dentistry and medicine, where recognition is a major part that you should consider, right? So why you should study with us or go with us? Well, let me tell you more about that. So I'm a dentist. As I mentioned you, I did the whole thing that you're gonna be about to do, right? And I have 10 years experience in that field, so that's one thing. And I do the consultations in person, so you always have me as your back. But what we also do different than all other agencies, we actually have offices in place, right? We have an office in Switzerland where a lot of people work. We work in Germany with people there, and we have an office in Bosnia that takes care of your entire studies. And it's not an office where it's just an address and no one is working there, which is something I've seen sometimes other agencies do. We have 4 full-time people here and 2 students working in the office in Foča, and with great political and also local connections, right? So that is something very unique. You will never be alone, and your parents can always call the office, and we can go to your apartment when parents can't reach you. So that is something that I've not seen any agency do. Why? Well, it's not only about the money, because if an agency in India would tell you, hey, we have an office there, and actual people, and they can actually prove that, and they will guide you through your entire studies, then okay, people would pay for that. But the thing is, you need to find the people willing to do that, and you need to find good people. And that is what most agencies fail. That's what we managed with huge effort, with huge effort in pulling that up, right? It took time to pull that up, to get that team in Bosnia. It was not easy. I have a Bosnian business partner who helped me, who was an influential figure in Bosnia, and that's why it worked, right? So continuous support during the study in Bosnia in the agency is not something that is just a few phrases on the homepage. It's something that we actually offer 24/7 support. And then After your graduation, we also match you with employers, right? That's also something no one does. And we do that in all the fields we offer: business, informatics, in the medical sector. Uh, we offer support there. And because you need most likely to learn German, we have German classes from the first year to the sixth year. So you will be on a C1 level, which is one step more in your mother tongue, right? So it's the highest level. You need B2, but we prepare you for C1 to actually get a good job and to actually have a good life, because your goal is to be established in Europe and not kind of struggle through by losing countless years. Sometimes people lose 5 years because they have no one to guide them who has actually a plan of what to do. And there's also a pathway to Switzerland. So we offer both, from being a mediocre student maybe, or a good student but with limited funds for expensive private universities, to an established doctor, dentist or engineer in Germany or Switzerland. We will guide you through the entire process. And still, it is some of the most affordable options out there. Can you imagine that? And that's why you should work with us, because we are super dedicated. I don't do this for, just getting a high salary. I'm an orthodontic dentist in Switzerland. I have a good salary. I have a company since I'm 24 years old. Now I'm 33 years old. So I have my own business since 10 years. This is the 10th year now. So it's not about that. I want to build something big, and I stick to this business to that day because the impact I have on training other doctors, helping Europe to get more healthcare professionals and also other specialists, is something that is way beyond the normal impact I would have if I would only treat patients. It's way beyond that. The impact I have is big. The influence I have is big. The connections I have and the people who are thankful to me that are now in influential positions is big. And that's why I do it. Of course, it's not, I'm not a saint. I do this because I want to build something big for me and my family as well. And I enjoy doing that. But most part of my drive is to actually create a surplus value that supersedes what a normal dentist would do, right? That's my passion. And I love working with young people. That's why I work in an orthodontic clinic with young people, because that's just what I love to do. And I kind of inherited it from my family, because a lot of people in my family enjoy working with younger people. Like my father, for example, was a social worker because before he founded his own company, before he studied engineering, he was a social worker. And he would have a youth house and helping kids in need to get along in life, right? So that's my passion, and I think my passion matches with the reason why you should choose me, because I have passion for that and I'm doing that really, really well. And I'm not delegating your free consultation that you get to a guy that studied business or is maybe an accountant or something like that, or a student. No, I'm actually doing that as a real expert with you for free. For the first and the second consultation, and then you can decide with our offer package what you want to choose, whether you want to choose us and whether you want to start studying in Bosnia, and from there on we'll hit it on and we'll continue the journey together. What do we do? I explained that, I think, pretty well. So we offer placement only and guidance, support in place in Bosnia during your studies. And we have a pathway program that is a little bit more expensive, where we actually prepare you for a job, a position, a career in Germany or in Switzerland. So these two, you can choose which one is better for you. Some people want to go to their home country. For example, they come from India, they want to go back to India. They come from Morocco, want to go back to Morocco. They come from Norway, they want to go back to Norway. But some people, they have the plan to go to Germany and Switzerland, which are some of the best countries where you can actually work as a doctor and where there's a huge demand for doctors, so where you will be welcome. Right? And then the next part is, how does the process look like? So consultation first for free, second consultation first, second for free, and then you will get per email a lot of information, offer, and you can sign a contract, and you don't have to worry about fees up front. Once you arrive in Bosnia, once you got your admission letter, once you got your visa, and you arrive in the airport, and you get to our office, then you pay your fees, right? Why you should act now? I added this. It sounds a little bit advertisorial, let's say, a little bit marketing language, but my goal, why I put it, is to explain you some things, right? Because some students, I know this from my German students, they go up and they look at all the agencies that exist, and they see the deadlines, right? And those are like the hard deadlines that some administrators that have no real idea about the process put up there, and they think it's good information. But let's take my city where I studied, Sofia, right? There is an application deadline, and students, a couple days before the deadline, they call and say, hey, I want to study there. And it doesn't work like that. Like, that's the deadline of handing in the ultimate application the application documents that in some cases take months, like in Sofia in Bulgaria, the documents of the nostrification that needs to be done before application process, that takes 2 months right now. So absolutely misleading deadlines. And then everything is about seats and places, right? So in Foča, seats run out, they are limited, or in Mostar, seats run out, they're limited, right? And there are people that secure seat 1 year before coming there, and even 2 years, and this year is the first one where a student even secured seat 3 years before. So you should be early, like you should not come last minute in the last month, maybe in September. You should be as early as possible. You would get cheaper fees as our company, and you will have more universities to pick from, because those ones that are left in the end will not be the best options. They will be the one with the least demand, right? So act now and be early. And I don't want to tell you to rush to a decision, but to get informed fast. And then you can take time for your decision. So our offer is valid 20 days. You can discuss it with your entire family. You can sleep 20 nights over it. And then you can decide if you want to start. And action is the most important thing today. You have free access to information with AI, at least general information. You will get any service and any product anytime for affordable costs nowadays. But what you don't have is someone that can act for you. And it's all about action now in the new age, I would say. That's the thing that differentiates someone who is successful from someone who is a nobody, is taking action. And when I work with the students, the one that actually start, the one that push through the obstacles and they push through their fears and get to that dream that they want, those are students that are quick deciders, so they can make decisions and they take action. They take hardcore action, let's say, right? Those are the ones that push through to say, okay, Marcel, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna prepare the documents. I'm gonna send you the documents. I'm gonna book the flight. I'm gonna arrive. I'm gonna study. And there are some fears and barriers. I might not be good enough in English. I might not be a good enough student. I might be alone there, right? But we can fix all that. We have a community. We have a lot of support. Studying in Bosnia is not that hard in most countries. It's a relatively easy option in most universities, and I can tell you where it's easy and where it's hard. You can find that out in a consultation. But it's important that you take action, that you book your consultation, and that you do it with someone who actually knows what he's doing, and not with someone who is just doing their job in a business and has no idea even what studying medicine means, or what being a doctor means, or how career opportunities look like in Europe, right? And someone who actually like commits to that free consultation and that takes their time. And that's me. And that's why I think that you should do it with me, right? So take action. Of course, take your time with that important decision, but most importantly, take action and get informed. Link is down below the video. You'll find a homepage. You'll find possibilities to reach me in WhatsApp. You can write me, you can call me, you can book a consultation. And I'm looking forward to working with you, to join you. What I didn't mention is that we also have an app. So there's a community app where you can connect with other applicants, with students that already study there. And even before arriving, you will have at least 10 people that you know that you have touch points with that already study there, and a lot of people that gonna study with you. We have an orientation week. We have a few more events, but that is basically what we offer, and you'll find a lot of that information also on the homepage. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day. Bye bye.